I always forget that tennis is a sport until something incredible happens. Serena lost. That was something that reminded me tennis was a sport, that Wimbledon was happening. And then Roger Federer is still that dude.
Oh, yeah.
I woke up Sunday morning in Philadelphia, ready to go to Extreme Rules. I turned on my television from ESPN the night before, and voila, Roger Federer is still doing what he's been doing for 20-some years. 1998, that dude turned pro. He was 14 or something like that. Still the man playing against old Djokovic. And in the fourth set, I saw a moment where Djokovic yelled at somebody for slipping on the turf. Federer wanted to score the next 45 points straight. And I was like, Djokovic's mind is in the fucking dumpster. Kid can't handle playing against Roger Federer. Little did I know, that match was nowhere near over. That match went on for another 3 hours after that thing. Crazy. I went over to the arena, filmed a couple things, watched on my phone. Still happening. Longest Wimbledon final of all time. And while I'm watching it on my phone, there's things happening all around me. I found myself so intrigued to watch it. I forget how good of a sport tennis is until I get to watch very, very fucking good tennis. And I'm like, man, I love that sport. I think that would be a sport I'd enjoy doing on a daily basis too. And there's a clip that Foxy found, and I think Roger Federer is going to take this back.
Do you train really hard in the off season? Can you give me any tips, anything you can talk about?
No, it's all talent. I don't work. I just sit on the couch. You thought you had something going, right? That you were one of those, like with Lendl, that made us generation work hard. Not with me, anyway. I didn't get inspired. No. All I do is really just take care of the kids.
If he trains just a little bit, he probably wins. You can't expect to win the longest Wimbledon final in the history of Wimbledon finals at the age of 37 and not train. But man, they put on a hell of a show. Hell of a show out there. I loved it.
He is. He's not supposed to be this good at this age, right?
No, because tennis is one of the sports where
you age very quickly.
Yes, very, very quickly.
Yes.
Well, your joints, right? I would assume it has to be hard on the joints because it's very explosive. It's quick. There's a lot of hard. There's a lot
Quickness
of cutting.
is everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
And I'm watching Federer at 37 as a person who has had joint issues in my life, and I'm watching him in between. What are those volleys, sets, whatever it is? I'm watching him just walk around normally, and I'm like looking at each one of his joints. I'm like, there has to be a little something from like his ankle. Like, there has to be something like a little limp maybe from the knee. Like just one step comes up, and it's like, nope, he's fucking clean. And then I look at Joe, and I'm like, man, something has to be wrong with this guy. He just did a full split after running full speed 3 hours into this thing. He gets up, he's bouncing. I don't know how they stay so fit, these dudes. The fitness levels of the tennis players is something that I think I underestimate the shit out of it. I think the world needs to talk about it a little bit more. That's a 5-hour fucking match. Those two are just sprinting back and forth. They're running gassers. Those dudes are running gassers for 5 hours while playing life-size ping pong.
Yeah.
That's insanity to me.
It's a very athletic sport.
Incredible.
And, it's easy. Like, it's one of those sports that used to get made fun of. Like, I did it in high school, and people made fun of you if you played tennis.
You played tennis in high school?
Yeah.
I did too.
All 4 years.
Nerd.
I know.
I'm joking.
But that's how it was treated. Like, me and I talked my best friend into quitting. He was our best running back. And I talked him into quitting football that year to be my doubles partner because I didn't want to play number one singles anymore. So
that's a terrible guy and a nerd.
But we had a good time. But it's very athletic, man.
It is.
And you talk about quickness. There's so much power involved, and it's
finesse too. I mean, you got to have finesse.
Yes,
power,
backhand,
touch,
consistency.
It's one of those things that's so hard to appreciate until you try and play it.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh, this is impossible.
I played in one tennis tournament. I won in my entire life. Nick was a part of that. Nick was a participant in that tournament.
Yeah, you were a professional athlete.
I still had never played tennis. They're playing every weekend. I come home for a weekend playing the tournament. I win. No big deal. Yeah, I had no backhand though. I played lefty and righty. I was just tossing. I was tossing the racket back and forth.
You save room.
Yep.
Yeah, I do that in
Cover
ping.
more space.
By the way, I do that in ping pong too. Like if you play me in ping pong, know that my left forehand also good. So I have two forehands. It's a tough thing.
How's the switch over? Just quick?
Yeah, you got to have some dexterity. You got to know that the ball's going over there and just get it over there. And then I got this little half-cock left-hand forehand that is pretty solid. Now, my backhand, let's not get crazy, but if I can get that thing over for another forehand, I will do it 10 times out of 10. And it is awesome to watch the reaction of the other people whenever I do it the first time. They're like, what the fuck? Which forehand are we serving this to? And I'm like, that's up for you to decide. But with tennis, it was hard to keep the serves in. So I think that is
Yeah.
They're hitting those 117, 113 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Smart of tennis, by the way, to put the miles per hour right there in the corner of the TV. Smart to do that. That is something that baseball started doing. It makes it much more impressive and everything like that.
Sponsored by Rolex as well, right?
But
Yes.
yeah, that's a very wealthy sport. That's a
Oh, yeah.
sport we should think about getting into. I would like to cover tennis. I think I'd be a pretty good tennis cover.
Well, it's fun to watch too.
fun.
That's the most underrated
Does it?
part on TV. It's a very fun.
Well,
game
I have
to
a
watch.
question.
We got
with
lucky.
that backhand.
We got lucky too because we probably have the 3 best tennis players of all time have played in our generation.
True.
With Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic. So we got lucky watching it. I can't even imagine what it was like before.
Right.
With the wooden rackets.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude. Bjorn Borg.
Bro,
Bjorn
McEnroe,
Borg and McEnroe.
Yeah,
Agassi.
Agassi.
Agassi might have
Jimmy Connors.
Pete Sampras.
They, Pete
BB
might
King.
Pete might be able
Oh,
to hold his own.
McAvoy. Is that his name?
McEnroe.
McEnroe.
McAvoy's tin cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him too, bro.
Yeah.
I like tennis.
I love that they get mad at the line judges.
Yeah,
too.
how
Like,
does the
they're
replay
fired
system
up.
work?
It's
They-
the best,
I
best
think it's-
replay
You
system in
can
all
challenge
sports.
now,
It-
too.
well,
Yeah.
With that whole court, right? With all the money, they got a queen sitting there. I mean, they got actual prince and princess sitting front row, and let alone all the other money in that sport. Rolex sponsorship. I guess they just have the whole floor censored.
Yeah, they do.
Smart.
They just throw up their hands. It takes literally 13 seconds, and then they're on to the next fucking.
I like though on the replay how it's computer generated graphic of the ball hitting the line. I'm like, what if he did that in football and he had like a cartoon player showing him that he stepped out?
There was a lot of
bounds? It's like-
tweets. There was a lot of tweets about how tennis has every single millimeter of the court covered with
Sensors
a review.
everywhere,
The NFL has 2 old guys running fucking chains down. $1 billion operation got chains running down. It's a great tweet. It wasn't mine. That was a good tweet. If I remembered who it was, I would give him credit. But I love tennis, man. I love that match. I really did.